You're not disconnected because you're broken. You're disconnected because your body hasn't had a safe place to land. You've been moving so fast for so long that stillness almost feels unfamiliar. Your body has been adapting to every demand, every shift, and every moment you've had to stay composed when you didn't actually feel composed at all. My name is Kiana Ray, and this series, The 7 Anchors of Embodied Living, is for anyone who lives in constant motion. Airline workers, service workers, caregivers, anyone who holds emotional labor on demand. I know this world from the inside. I'm a regional flight attendant, and I'm also a provisionally licensed therapist. I've lived this pace, and I've been studying the impact. And I created the series because I know how deeply the body pays for what the job requires. This first anchor is the foundation of everything. Feeling safe in your body. Not peaceful, not perfect, just safe enough to breathe. Safe enough to come back to yourself. And safe enough to stop bracing for just a moment.
When someone says they're in survival mode or that they feel disconnected, what does that really mean? Is it feeling on edge even when you're home? Having trouble sleeping after long shifts? Snapping at people you care about? Or maybe it's constant noise or distraction. As a regional flight attendant, believe me when I say all of this sounds familiar, and it can feel very disorienting. Your body isn't malfunctioning, it's adapting to the pace you've been forced to keep, which unfortunately has conditioned you to exist in a state of survival. Anchor 1 focuses on helping you understand why you feel disconnected and what it takes for your body to return to safety. This episode is an overview of how survival mode shapes your reactions, why disconnection becomes a protective strategy, and what safety actually feels like in the body. You'll learn a simple grounding practice to help you come back to yourself in real time, especially during high-stress moments. This anchor matters because when your system feels safe, you gain access to presence, clarity, emotional capacity, and regulation, laying the groundwork, the very foundation you'll need to thrive. Safety isn't a mindset, it's a sensation. It's the moment your shoulders drop without you telling them to. It's the breath that finally reaches your belly. It's the feeling of being in your body instead of hovering above it. Without safety, your body remains in protective mode, which leads to emotional instability, cognitive fatigue, which affects decision-making, and that disconnected feeling that leaves you stuck. When your body has been under constant stress, your nervous system shifts into survival mode. It's not a conscious choice, it's an automatic response meant to protect you. In this state, your system prioritizes getting through the moment, not feeling connected or present. That's why emotions can go numb, why thinking clearly gets harder, and why you may feel shut down or overstimulated. Survival mode also shows up in your day-to-day experience. You might feel disconnected from your body, like you're watching yourself move through the world. Your breath stays high and shallow. You're either hyper-aware of everything around you or completely numb to what you're feeling. Even when nothing is wrong, your body stays on alert. None of this means you're failing. These are protective patterns, your system doing its best to keep you safe. And once your body begins to register safety again, it can shift out of survival and back into presence. So I've been talking about what it feels like to be stuck and unsafe, and how all of that shows up in your nervous system. But the real question is, how do you actually address it? How do you start shifting your body back towards safety? If I'm being honest, there are a lot of things you could do that help. The first method is orienting yourself. You can look around the room for a moment and let your eyes land on a few things, just to remind your body that nothing is coming at you. Next up is scanning the body for tension and gently allowing yourself to relax. For example, you can let your shoulders drop a little, enough to tell your system it doesn't have to brace so hard. Another is paying attention to your breath and perhaps slowing your exhale by a second or two, not a deep breath, just a longer one. Lastly, you can focus on one point of contact, your feet on the floor, your back against the chair, or your hand resting on your chest. These small cues help your nervous system soften just enough to make grounding possible. Let's practice a grounding exercise together. Find a comfortable seated position, spine straight, hips rooted or lay down, and allow the surface beneath you to provide support. Place one hand on your lower belly. The other can come to your heart or to rest where it feels most comfortable. Take a few cleansing breaths to settle in. On your next inhale, shift your awareness to your feet. Feel them planted on the ground or the backs of your feet anchored as you lay. Let your weight settle and continue to follow your breath. Say quietly in your mind, "Right now, I'm here." Pause this video if you need a little more time to settle. This is Anchor 1, simple but powerful. When you work in aviation or the service industry, your nervous system is carrying a lot more than people realize. The emotional labor, the unpredictability, the pressure to stay calm, professional, and composed even when everything around you is shifting. I know that firsthand, both as a regional flight attendant and as a therapist. These aren't things you can just shake off. They live in your body. And when your system is constantly bracing for the next thing, it makes sense that grounding feels hard. It makes sense that you feel disconnected or on alert. This isn't a personal flaw. It's the cost of the environments we move through. But here's why this work matters. When your body feels safe, everything else becomes easier. Your emotions regulate faster. Your reactions soften. Your sleep improves. Your clarity comes back. Safety is the foundation for every other anchor in this series. Without it, nothing else can land. With it, your system finally has room to breathe again. When your body feels even the smallest shift during a practice like this, that's your system letting you know it's ready for more support. And that's really the heart of Anchor 1. Understanding that your body isn't the problem. It's the place where healing begins. Everything you've been carrying has been adaptation, not malfunction. Your system learned these patterns because it had to. Now you get to teach it something new, and you don't have to figure that out alone. I say that as someone who lives this work from both sides, as a regional flight attendant who knows the reality of high-stress, unpredictable environments, and as a therapist and holistic practitioner who helps people reconnect with their bodies in ways that actually feel doable. If you're in North Carolina and want to explore psychotherapy with me, you can book a consultation by scanning the QR code or clicking the link in the description. And if you're looking for wellness services, whether you're local or prefer remote or distant sessions, you can use that same link to schedule grounding, somatic work, meditation, or energy-based support. Your healing doesn't have to be rushed. You get to move at the pace your body can actually sustain. I'm walking with you. Next week, we step into Anchor 2, Emotional Flow and Permission, where we talk about what it means to feel again without being overwhelmed and how to let your emotions move without losing yourself in them. Thanks for watching Mindset in Miles, where grounded strategies help your inner wings take flight. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and drop a comment to let me know your thoughts on Anchor 1. I can't wait to connect in the next video.